go on. So, in the last 1 week, we saw this thing that came out, a particular picture where Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State, was said to have had a meeting with President Paul Kagame. That there's no problem in that, right? First of all, Tinubu's trip to holiday that he was doing in Lagos was cut short. There's a lot of stories inside this whole thing. His trip was short cut. They now said that when he's going abroad to go and continue his holiday and whatever. There's other reporters that reported that there was some medical issues that made him to go, and then from there they say we're going to be in Abu Dhabi and all of that. So Nigerians are used to anything that has to do with Mr. Tinubu. You're definitely not going to get the right story. There's no credibility attached to it, and so everybody just moves on. Then the next thing we saw was that, I think Onanugba had put it out. Then the Tinubu's handle himself put it out, which was to say that there was a meeting that they had with Paul Kagame, and then they put out a picture of himself and Paul Kagame. The thing about this whole thing, what time makes it the way it is, about that on the picture that Tinubu has with Paul Kagame, at the bottom of it you will see Grok. Grok is an artificial intelligence app of Twitter, now known as X, right? And so people are now like, is this a Grok generated picture? Because usually you can tell it, like where AI has gone, it has gone to something else. Especially this election, let me digress a little bit. Especially this election that we are going to, this political season, there is nothing that you're not going to see. We've already seen how they are manipulating, do they call deep fake, manipulating pictures. The other day I saw one that they put to beat a bikini on Mr. Peter Obi, you understand? And then the obedience were saying, you people have started, this is how they started, even in 2022, they started everything with the attacks of Peter Obi, the lies, the propaganda and all of that, until, obedience now came out to match them order for order. As in, if you not just say on our craze, nobody will, and everybody gets bed for psychiatric hospital. Now who are occupying under the same movement? That whole drama, sort of like, happen. So you see that as you go into this election, don't be surprised. You're going to see people, they're going to put people in the news, they're going to remove people's clothing, they're going to put people in some compromising situation. That is going to happen for sure. So let people be one. And I've seen situations where people are saying, go and tell your parents, your old parents, your auntie, those ones that used to send WhatsApp messages, anything they think back up, they'll be sharing. They should know what they are sharing and they should know what they're believing. But anyway, let me leave where I've been digressing to. I'll come back to the story that I was telling you before. So all of this happened. So people now started questioning why did they use AI to create a picture? If there was actually a meeting, then you should come out to be able to tell people that look, there was a meeting, and then even if you don't put out a picture, you don't need to put out a picture for anyone. Rather than people seeing this thing that way, being created by AI. So of course Nigerians, trust for sure now, netizens full there. They came after them, they were going on them, and the next thing you saw was, Bayo Onanugba, spokesperson to Mr. Tinubu, coming out to say that, oh no, that those pictures were not like that, and it's not AI generated, that those pictures were taken, they are poor quality, and then they use AI to enhance it, stories to that. That's just what all of this is. If Tinubu and his people had credibility, and in everything that they did, there was integrity and credibility attached to it, guess what? Even if they had put out a Grok visit, people would have said, okay, there must be a reason for this. But when you don't have that credibility, when half of the time, half of the things that you say, they're not factual, or you're focused on propaganda, they've been focused on propaganda and not on governance. Like even when they found themselves, they took themselves there, they've not been able to use it the way that it's supposed to be. And this is what, the real core of the matter, to say that why, first of all, why is this out there? Why is there a Grok, picture out there? Why are you coming to explain? Most especially in the midst of where things are happening in Nigeria. A lot of things are going on in Nigeria. There's so much bad governance. There's so much insecurity. There's so many things not right. Look at December period. People were traveling home literally across the country. You could see how people were stranded for hours on the roads. stranded. There were people who slept on the road. There were people, of course, there will be people who didn't even make it. People who couldn't do anything yet. And all over across, pictures were coming in, videos were coming in because roads were so bad. Roads were so bad. We've had a situation whereby we've had Donald Trump had the airstrike that the United States of America had done in Nigeria. Yet, not a single one has come out that issue from Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And yet, what do we have? We are focused on bringing out, explaining and re-explaining on this whole issue of the picture that we see that is clearly a drug-generated picture, which they say they used it to enhance. But how are you paying people to come up with bad quality pictures? That tells you everything, even the things that concerns them. And that's for me sometimes when I feel so frustrated about so-called Nigerian leaders, whether the ones that are getting there legitimately or illegitimately. How is it that you cannot even do well, even if for your own self, that you can't get someone that will take pictures? We have amazing, talented Nigerians, young Nigerians that can do the best, whatever it is you're looking for. Is it picture, is it video, is it what they can do so well? Why are they not in those places? Probably they will carry, some old person that feels entitled to the fact that they need to be there, they will carry them up. But all of these things that I'm talking about, all of these things that I've said, it comes down to that one thing: governance. Everything is about governance. I've told you, my channel, if I say good morning to you, I must find a way. I will explain how that good morning is related to politics and governance. This one, you can see it for yourself, how related it is to politics and governance. First of all, I'm going to tell you a few things. We've had a situation where Mr. Tinubu does not tell you whether he's sick or he's not sick, whether anything is wrong with you. Even when citizens and people will say that, what is your business? You're not supposed to. It's everybody's business. You see President Donald Trump, he has had to explain the drugs he's taking, what is wrong with him, what is going on. The other day people saw his hands, that his hands were looking what he had to explain that. His doctors, when he does his medicals, they will put it out. Because he has become a public property. It is not a private, a citizen. He was the head of a country, so people have to ask. Here in Nigeria, they will tell you that you don't even have a right to ask for anything. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will go and do an MOU, a memorandum of understanding, sign it with another country, sign it with France, and yet Nigerians do not know what is in that memorandum of understanding. And that memorandum of understanding is signed on behalf of all of us, not just all of us, the ones that are alive, the ones that have not yet been born, the ones that are going to be born. They are all part of it, and yet you're told that no business, you're not supposed to know everything. This is why governance is very important. And I'm going to say to you again, standing by the side, it doesn't matter. Nobody is going to come. Tomorrow, no generation will come that you'll be telling them that, oh, I'm not part of the problem in Nigeria. I'm not part of the people that caused the problem, because you know why? Me, I was not in government. I did not enter political, but nobody will know that. All of us here, we are all part of it. And so the better for you get it, the better for all of us. My brother, my sister, being in politics is no longer an option. It's a necessity. Thank you for watching.